I told y'all that this is basically a diary and that I was using the scientific method to find out if alkaline is my twin flame or not. But confirmation bias is basically a sin in science. So if I'm here trying to use philosophy and science to explain how we are mad alike, and then he drops a song called Mad Love, if I'm to go and listen to that song to try to find clues as to whether or not he's been watching my videos, then that would be confirmation bias, and it would make me a bad scientist. It would throw all of my findings out the window. So seeing that I'm not a bad scientist, I can say I don't need to listen to his music anymore. Even though I'm grateful for the enlightenment that he's provided, and he helped me to strengthen my mindset so that I'm not suicidal anymore. Science is really the art of proving yourself wrong. So he really has helped me to become a better scientist. I can finally draw the conclusion that he is not my twin flame. And I'm not delusional. Like, I can see that his type is more like, light-skinned, doll-looking women. And I'm not saying that to be disparaging, because I find them hot too. But I'm just saying that whatever thoughts you had to say, this girl is delusional, I had them too. But the point of philosophy is to analyze your delusions. I told you I'd been receiving past life memories. I started back in October 2020 when I went psychotic for the first time. But I did not tell you that I was remembering a connection to another man that I had met at UWI. And I also have memories of a previous incarnation that I spent here by myself. But that's not relevant right now. I've been running this experiment for like 2 years, and there is no tangible proof that he knows that I exist. So I can go ahead and tell you what I think this means from a psychological point of view. I now believe that the universe was speaking to me through Alkaline. And I guess the reason why I felt his pain so intensely is because I'm connected to the earth, and the earth is connected to everyone, and Gaia will do whatever the fuck she needs to do for her benefit, and whatever is for her benefit is for everyone's benefit. Apart from praying for revenge, I also asked God to reveal himself to me and to show me the truth. So I started experiencing or noticing a lot of coincidences, and Albert Einstein said that coincidence is God's way of remaining anonymous. So coincidentally, it seemed like the man where Alkaline and cuss off in extra lesson sounded like the man that I prayed for revenge against, and coincidentally, the jealous man him sound like him cussing off in Gladys Night sounded like the man that I was remembering a past life connection to. So technically, both of these men were of spiritual significance to me. We're gonna call Mr. Yui Orion. The thing with him was that he was giving me mixed signals, and the negative signals triggered childhood traumas within me. And I believed that no man is supposed to stress me out or make me feel any negative emotion, because I was quite fine by myself. So I know this might sound pathetic, but the first relationship that I've ever really taken seriously is the imaginary relationship that I had with Alkaline, because I said, if the cosmos want me to experience what women feel, like they want to leave a relationship but cannot, then this is the only way for me to experience it, because I literally was being summoned. I knew that I had to answer. I didn't really have a choice. And it also obviously made me have to look within myself as to why it seemed like someone's some real fucking dark spirits, and I'm the one who has to answer. So, this was all spiritual. I couldn't escape it. So when I acknowledged that all of this was spiritual, and then I listened to Gladys Knight and heard, I don't want that one, no strings attached, the one you're cordless, pretty kitty, make sure turn around, grip it like a trophy, stitch up the net no goalie, and we no weak to yell, and the situation within the song sound familiar, it made me really start questioning the nature of reality. And that is what made me decide to test out the nature of reality scientifically and try to understand magic from a scientific and a psychological perspective. Now I'm realizing that technically I was using Alkaline as a scapegoat, because I really liked that man and it didn't work out. And usually when people want to blame something outside of themselves for their problems, they blame the devil. But I didn't start believing in the devil until I truly started believing in myself. So I had to blame somebody, and that somebody was Alkaline. It was easier for me to believe an all-seeing magician hypnotized the man that I like into not being weak to me, instead of taking accountability for my actions and for the fact that I had a mindset that was like, oh, you can't trust men, men are trash. Like, I was projecting that onto him, and that could have been what made him send mixed signals. I now realize that I was so focused on how he was triggering past pain within me that I didn't see how I might have been triggering past pain within him. And you know, every good thing that I thought about him, it stayed in my head. Like, even when I told my friend the other day that I think I'm obsessed with him, she had no idea where that came from because she thought I hated him. And that is called reaction formation in in psychology, where you feel like an emotion and it gives you anxiety, so you project the opposite of that emotion in conscious awareness. So I was falling in love with him and I did not like that, so I projected hatred and he probably picked up on that, and obviously that is enough to make a man distance himself, right? Like, if he was trying to protect himself from me, that was actually pretty fucking brilliant. Because back then I told him that if him don't act right, I'm not gonna run him down. But look how the tables have turned. I'm running him down on the internet. But I do believe that he's worth it for several reasons. So I messaged him the other day, even though we haven't spoken in all this time, because I could not have gotten through that spiritual turmoil if he didn't exist. Like, just his existence is a blessing to me. But if you guys ever figure out who I'm talking about, if you're from SciTech, then know the nature of whatever we had mentally and spiritually, it never went physical. Like, it was never inappropriate. But that is something that should have made me realize that he's not like everybody else, because he would claim me as his future wife and future baby mother in front of people. Why would you do that? I tell you that words cast spells, you know. Like, if you did it in private, then you can probably say, oh, he's trying to get into her pants. He doesn't even know what's in my pants. One time he asked me if I have a penis because I think so much like a man. So if it is not to get into my pants, maybe he actually meant it. Like, maybe he actually did see some kind of future with us, you know. So I'm taking that as a manifestation and I'm moving with it. Words really do cast spells. So this is really just a consequence of words and actions. So something that I appreciated is that he, as a scientist, said that he's not religious, he's spiritual, and that opened my mind to experience all of this shit that I experienced for the past 3 years. And another thing is that he kept on trying to push me mentally. Most of my life I realized that people think I'm smart from like doing the bare minimum. Like, I don't exert much effort and they think I'm smart anyway. But that wasn't flying with him. Like, he saw my potential and he kept trying to push me. At the time I found that very fucking annoying, but now I'm grateful for it. He's sapiosexual, so I have to explain to him why I was going crazy over Alkaline. I was rewiring my brain, and I also have to apologize to him for something. But another thing in Gladys Knight where they really raised my suspicion is the slim or fatter line, because when I was losing weight, Orion kept on telling me, yo, you can stop now, you don't need to lose anymore. And the last time he saw me, he was like, oh, you're too maga now and you've lost your ass. So I don't even know if he's still physically attracted to me. So that's why I have to overcompensate with brilliance in my next video. I am just trying to create something real in a world where everything seems to be becoming increasingly fake. And I mean, if I could have my heart broken so many times in an imaginary relationship, now I don't need to fear heartbreak anymore, because I know that it makes me spiritually stronger. And why not go out on a limb for a man who has made me feel safe? Like, why not go out on a limb for a man that's worth it? So even if him publicly break my heart, it really doesn't matter.